Yes. So, very good morning, class. So, today we will start with chapter number 8, a page from Annie's diary. So, Annie's was a Jewish girl, okay, and he was belonging to Germany. Oh, so he was a normal girl, and he was a Jewish girl. Like we have different kinds of religion: Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism. So, same way, this Annie's belonged to Jewish, okay, Jewish, and he was living in Germany. And this is a page from Annie's diary. Okay, Annie was having a best friend. So the best friend was his. The best friend was her diary. Okay, she was not having a best friend, but her best friend was his her diary, and the name of her diary was Kitty. So everything happened in her life as he was not having a best friend. So she used to write in her diary. So this is one page from Annie's diary. Okay, we will read it. So if you want to find some more information from any of Annie, so Annie on Annie Frank. Okay, the full name is Annie Frank. So Annie Frank, a novel is written. Okay, there is a novel, a whole novel is written on the life of Annie. Yes, so here we start reading. Annie was a little Jewish girl. She was born in 1929 in Germany during the Second World War. Okay, the Second World War began in 1939 and ended in year 45. Okay, so Annie was a Jewish girl. Okay, Jewish means connected with Jews, Judaism, a believer in Judaism. Okay, and she had to live in hiding with her parents in little attic. Attic means a room or a space just below the roof of house, or often used for storing things. Okay, the family lived there for 2 years, but were then caught and imprisoned by Nazis. Okay, so Nazis were ruling Germany. Okay, so as we were in our country also, there were some ruler. Yes, Britishers were ruling us. So their Nazis were ruling Jewish in Germany. Okay, so as they were ruling, so they were living in very small place that is called attic. Attic is a place like same like storeroom. So Annie died of typhus in March 1945. So in when the World War ended in that year, in March 1945, Annie's died because of a disease called typhus. Typhus is a very infectious disease that causes fever. Okay, in that the person have fever, headache, and purple mark on the body, and that also often caused death. Now, Annie was unlike other children of her age. She was very wise and intelligent. Okay, she was very wise and intelligent girl. At school, she had no one with whom she could share the feelings of her heart. So she formed the habit of writing a diary. Okay, and a diary was called her best friend. Okay, so in this diary, she poured the deepest feeling of her heart. She has written the very deepest feeling of her heart. She named it Kitty and called it her dearest friend. And Annie was studying in a school at Amsterdam. Here is the page from Annie's diary. So 20th June 1949, he wrote, "Dearest Kitty." Dearest Kitty means Kitty is a diary, and that is the Annie's best friend. Okay, so our entire class is quacking in the boots. The reason of course is clear. The result of the annual exam are going to be declared. It will be decided who will move up to the next class and who will be kept back. Half the class is making bets from morning to night. It's you're going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. So here quacking means, quacking in the boot means shaking with fear and feeling very nervous. Same thing happened with you all student also. Whenever you have exam, okay, when your exam result is declared, you feel little nervous. So that is called quacking in the boots. So same way Annie our class entire students were doing, and they were, why they were doing so, because the annual exam result can be declared, so they will know who will be in the next class and who will be in the same class, and everyone is having a bet that you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Like this. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that a quarter of the class should be kept back. But who knows what the teacher will do? Now, dummies mean the stupid students. Okay, the stupid ones. So, Annie's asks, if you ask me, there are so many stupid students in the class. Quarter means 1/4. Okay, and those students will be kept back in the school. Now what happened, now what the teacher will do, I don't know that. Okay, now I am not much worried about my girlfriends and myself. I think we will make it. The only subject I am not sure about is maths. However, all we can do at the moment is wait. Okay, so Annie told that I'm not worried about my friends. Okay, not about myself. I think we'll make it here means we will be successful. The only subject Annie was in uh, sorry, the only subject Annie is not sure is only the math subject, because he's not good at maths, and now he's telling that I'm not good at maths, so only I'm not sure about maths, what will happen in maths, but rest of the I will be I will be okay. Okay, I will be successful. Now let's see what had happened. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the maths teacher, was annoyed with me from ages because I talked so much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework. I was asked to write an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. Okay, so I'm very pretty. I'm good at my with all my teachers. There are 7 teachers. Oh, sorry, there are 9 teachers, 7 men and 2 women. So Mr. Keesing, okay, Mr. Keesing is the maths teacher, and he's annoyed from the ages. Ages here means from a very long time, because Annie Frank, as you are the student, you talk so much in the class. Same way Annie used to talk so much in the class after several warning given by him. Okay, so and the what was the punishment that Mr. Keesing gave? That no, he gave a name to Annie, a chatterbox. Okay, and he has to write an essay on chatterbox. Okay, so that evening I finished rest of my homework and then began to think about the subject I had been asked to write on. I thought and thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing has assigned me. Okay, so that evening Annie has finished the rest of her homework, and then he began to think about the subject that she has to write, and the topic was Mrs. Chatterbox. Okay, so he keep on thinking and thinking. Then he got idea and he wrote 3 pages. So in my essay, I argued that talking is a student trait. Okay, and that I would do my best to keep it under control, but I added that I would never be able to cure myself of this habit, since my mother also talked as much as I did. There's not much you can do about inherited traits, I wrote at the end. Okay, so in the essay, he put an argue statement or argue sentence that talking is student trait. Student trait means it is the quality, it is the personality of student. Okay, every student talk. Okay, so and then I would do my best to keep it control, and I can't do my best to keep it under, but still I am trying to do it control. But I added that would never be cure, matlab I could never be put that habit, because my mother used to talk so much, and that time inherited trait means you get from your parents, grandparents or parents. So I have inherited trait that I keep on talking because my mother keeps on talking. So Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my arguments, but when he saw me talking during the next lesson, he assigned me a second essay. This time I was to write on the topic and incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means having bad habits. Okay, so again as Annie Frank used to keep talking, so the next day again Mr. Keesing assigned him a next topic on that she has to write essay on that incorrigible chatterbox. Now I wrote and handed in the next day. For 2 lessons, Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about. However, during the third lesson, he again saw me talking and said, Annie Frank, as punishment for talking in the class, you are to write an essay entitled Quack, 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 Sad Mistress Chatterbox. And again, third time, she saw Annie's talking, so again give him punishment that he has to write an essay on Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. The class roared with laughter. I could do nothing but laugh too. Okay, the whole class started laughing, and the sir also. I had used nearly all my ideas on the topic of chatterbox. This time I had to come up with something new. My friend Sani, who is a good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay in verse. I jumped for joy. So he has a friend named Sani who is good at poem who help him in writing. Okay, so I finished my poem and it was a beautiful one. It was a mother duck and a father swan with three baby ducklings. Okay, they were a duck and a swan and they were having three baby ducklings. The father bit the poor ducklings to death because they quacked too much. Okay, uh, the as they were ducklings were quacking too much, so my father used to bit means katna. Okay, and this happened for as he was biting, so they had gone to death. So Mrs. Kissing had tried to play a joke on me, but I had made sure the joke was on him. Luckily, Mr. Kissing took the joke the right way. He laughed and laughed. He read the poem to the class and to several other classes also. Since I have been allowed to talk and I have been assigned any extra homework also. On the on the contrary, Mr. Kissing is always making jokes these days. Yours, Annie. So here we ended with the Annie's diary. So you have to read it and complete your work. Thank you, class.